How's it going, everybody? This is Jazzy, the video Store Sasquatch. I went ahead and went to the From 1990 page on Netflix. Found a little hidden gem. It's an Oscar nominee for Paul Newman with "Make Up Your Mind" as the song there. It came out in 1990. It came out in 1994, March 2nd, 1994 to be exact. It was directed by Ron Howard. It had a budget of $6 million. It had a total gross of 48 million, almost 48.5 million, somewhere around there. It stars Michael Keaton as Henry Hackett, Marissa Tomei as Martha Hackett, Randy Quaid as Michael McDougal, Robert Duvall as Bernie White, and Glenn Close as Alicia Clark. And basically, it is about Henry Hackett. He is a news editor there at The Sun. His boss is Robert Duvall. He's kind of aging, it's about out. His contemporary, or his person that he's most hidden rival, is Glenn Close. You see a lot of that relationship and a lot of things. We're gonna start off this Throwback Thursday with just a scene with no context. I'm not gonna give you any context. I'm gonna talk about it afterwards and kind of let you break it down and kind of let you know what it was. So here it is.
Oh, Jesus, Bernie, come on with the smoke. You know the doctor found nicotine in my urine again?
Classic 1990 anti-smoking ad right there.
Oh, that's very funny. Very funny.
2 days after a black kid is killed in a neighboring community, two white businessmen named, what are the names? Hanson and McGregor get shot up with racial epithets written on their car. Now, in response, the New York Sun decides to run a parking story.
That is pretty much the catalyst for this whole movie.
Joe, will you please cover your mouth?
Metro. I assume we're all over the subway.
3 pieces. A tick-tock, list of injured, search for heroes, standard transportation wreck stuff.
We got any art?
Yeah, Eddie picked up some nice spaghetti shots on this one.
Love the severed arm shot.
What about the motor?
Spaghetti
Find him yet?
shots.
Yeah, they found him drunk in a skunk in his neighborhood bar.
Oh, God, he derails his train and steps over bodies to have a few beers.
What do you do after you step over bodies?
I have a cigarette and go to sleep.
I believe in this character.
Hey, here you go. We got an above-average bank robbery in the Bronx. That's good. An exploding hand grenade.
See that look there?
What fun. Don't we have anything fun today?
Nazis marching in New Jersey.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Nazis are a barrel of laughs. Feature.
So pretty much why I chose this scene, everyone's favorite
Allison's
stepdad here
profile of Teenage
from
Hitman.
Rookie of the Year. I chose
we
this
got
scene
Grace,
because as we
finally
saw,
done with that Hollywood,
we know the interaction between
who's
those
banging
two
who
now.
chart.
We have Henry
And
over here
part
is
3 in
Michael
our
Keaton,
continuing saga on Peen Island.
pitching some new stories. We got Robert Duvall, the boss here, Bernie.
Yeah, by the way,
Big man.
possibly get another dick drawing. It looks like a map of Florida. It also looks like, I think, the 5th at Shinnecock Country Club, doesn't it? Right out here. And I would play Over the Water, by the way.
All right. Business.
Okay, Dow's up. Trade figures came out at 8. Nothing shocking. But I'm telling you, I'm sitting on Watergate out there instead. With a zoning commission thing. Listen, if you guys could just give me a couple of city-side reporters.
Wait. How is it possible that you always have Watergate somewhere?
Listen, I'm pissed off, Carl. I mean it this time. I got a quote from the commission chairman's ex-wife, and she's plenty ready to talk. Ex-wife? His first ex-wife.
Well, there's a reliable source. Yeah, foreign.
Terrorists blew up a restaurant in Paris, killing 5, none from New York. Ferry boat capsized in the Philippines, drowning 300, none from New York. There was a violent coup in Bahrain.
None from New York.
Witness by 2 people from Long Island. Oh, Henry, this might interest you. The mother whale in the Ukraine had triplets.
Oh, she told me she was on the pill.
So one of the main character arcs here in Bernie is he is going to die. He did tell Henry earlier in the movie here. So Henry's the only one that knows. So basically, it opens with the black kids that they talked about there in the paper. They actually got mistaken by a lady because they happened to come upon the scene. They stopped to look, and then there was a gun on the ground. They picked it up. The lady thought it was them. And then you kind of meet Henry and Martha. Henry's obviously workaholic. She said he hadn't been home until about 4 in the morning. They had a whole big argument about, hey, you got this job that you're going to go interview for that they mentioned later on the scene that I kind of cut off there. You got to take it serious. She really wants him to move. She wants a 9 to 5. She wants him home at night. She's pregnant. She doesn't want to deal with that stuff. I kind of understand that. And then we get to the office. That's where we meet his assistant. This is the scene. And then we really realize that the thing I kind of pointed out, we're like, oh, did you see that look? That is that they are having an affair. And then we get to Robert Duvall, and we get the lost daughter part there. It's the start of the new character arc, and then we get to the next scene that we're gonna see here. So here we go. Let's watch it.
I went out for lunch.
Get up.
Everyone's favorite cousin,
Do
Eddie.
your favor.
Oh, what time is it?
3:05. Come on. I need you to do me a favor here. You remember, what is that, a gun?
I told you Sandusky's after me.
When did you get so paranoid?
When they started plotting against me.
Classic paranoia.
I told you right away. McDougal, how are you?
Why?
307.
Henry, I've got to know about that interview right now.
I can't wait, hon, because I got the 3 o'clock.
No, I cannot wait. This is our marriage here, Henry, okay?
What are you talking about? You walked in 3 seconds ago. Well, when did whatever it is escalate to our marriage?
At your lunch. You should have been there. Very enlightening. I've seen my future, Henry. I'm a bitter, nasty broad who can suck down a whole bottle of wine in a single gulp.
She's talking about Catherine O'Hara there.
Hey, do you remember Sonoma Savings and Loan? They went under about 6 months ago. We did a big piece on it.
I don't read this newspaper.
No, take my word for it. We did a piece on it. Okay?
Henry, if you got the other job, maybe I have a prayer.
Yeah.
So he stole
You stole that friend out
this
to
lead
Justice
from the
Sure.
Sentinel during his
We hate you
interview.
now.
Because at least you'll be around to refill my Prozac
Yeah,
prescriptions.
wait a minute. Do you think you can get a list of investors out
Because
of
I
them?
will need to be medicated.
Marty, please.
Heavily.
You know, a bunch of major investors, guys who lost the most money in New York. You know, Brooklyn maybe.
Henry, they made a bust in Brooklyn. In
He's starting to realize
2 black
here
kids, one
that
17, one
the story
19.
that
One
he
of them
stole
did 6
is
months for felonious assault.
got
But I'm telling you,
legs.
they look
Now
like babies.
this is kind of
a
the
very
central
poignant
problem
story.
of the whole movie
Marty,
is
how are
it's
you? I
constantly
thought you were
dealing
on
with
leave.
work
Bust is
against
good.
his relationship
What?
with her.
Bust
Can we
is
So
please
he
good.
has
talk
2 people
alone?
at work
How do you know
here.
the
He's
bus
gonna
is
have
so good?
another one in
I heard
here
it on your
soon.
scanner. It was subtle, but I know what I heard. A bunch of beat cops were talking about it, and the dispatcher came on and told them to shut up. But not before they said they think this bust is totally cosmetic.
Yeah? Well, whether it is or it is not, they're still going to walk him at 7:30, and we need art. And please, don't send Robin. She's too green. If things get rough, she's going to
Here's
miss the shot like
interruption number 2.
Who the hell told you to cover Williamsburg, sweetheart?
Why don't you just calm down, Wilder, huh? Henry, you told me you'd handle him.
Hey, let Marty talk to her husband.
Handle him. All of a sudden you become 40 years old around this fucking newspaper. You have to be handled, Henry.
Well, if you answer your people 1, 2 times a week, maybe you know what was going on.
Oh,
huh?
answer this one.
You know what? Williamsburg is turning into our lead. We could actually wood on this. Ooh, this is good. This is good. I want you
Starting to
go-
get excited.
Good. You got the cops, I get the pointed shit.
I bought it. Why did she get
Interruption 3.
Bought the goddamn chair. This is the last straw, Henry, for Christ's sakes.
The last straw. What exactly were the previous straws?
Now it's your problem, Henry.
Hey, let Marty talk to her husband.
Michael, I want you to go. I want you to call the cops. I want you to find out if the bust is good. I need to know for the 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
What the hell's the matter with you people?
309.
Who the hell took my statement?
Interruption number
I've been here a
4.
whole lot longer than she's been here. For that matter, I've been here a lot longer than you've been here, for
For God's
Christ's
sake,
sake.
you want to cover Brooklyn? Then cover Brooklyn. But let me tell you a little something. You can't cover from a bar stool in Manhattan.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
She's sucking up the drama there. Don't let her lie.
I better see the $600 in my paycheck.
I can't think about this now. Let me
You know what they want? She's been pulling the same shit.
Bless you.
Let Marty talk to her husband.
He didn't even realize she was there still.
Please.
See that? Very nicely there. No one's gonna want to be in a room with a guy with a gun here either.
Cops. Maybe I can type up some fucking weather reports on Henry while I'm at it too.
Just call the cops.
Just call the cops.
Thank you.
You two take your time. I'm on the Sedona thing.
God.
Basically, that scene kind of ends with Marissa Tomei, Martha, there talking to Henry about, hey, like, this is real. This is what I want. You got to be at this dinner. She reminds her that she has to be at the dinner. And then we move on, and then we get the first argument that we really see with Alicia and Henry. We kind of get that they're kind of both going to be on different sides here. She wants to run just the got you ad, and he has all that information that he took from that scene that we saw, and he wants to run the real ad, like, these kids are innocent, let's get them going. And then this is where Bernie decides to kind of leave the office, let these two work it out. He's already kind of yelled at him for being little kids about it. So he gets to he goes and finds his daughter. We kind of see that interaction there. He wants to know, does she hate him, or is it worth to try and find it? At the end of the movie, he does finally get that answer, and I think that it's a very touching answer. And then we have, um, so all that happens with him. He meets Sandusky at the bar there, so that's an important part. And Sandusky is played by Jason Alexander. Henry has McDougal pick him up, so they're back to the office, and Henry's having him pick up. He's like, look, you gotta be at this restaurant at 8 o'clock. He's pretty much gonna play a little game with his in-laws here, where he's like, I'm gonna show up for 20 minutes, I'm gonna leave, say it's a work emergency, and have McDougal go ahead and be the bad guy there. That sets up a whole argument with Martha. It's a big deal. Martha's very upset, and that leads into the end of the movie. He gets back to the point. Him and McDougal actually go to the police station, get the confirmation that they need. They run it back to realize that the press has already started, and he gets the exciting line of he gets to yell, stop the presses, even though it's not that easy. You end up finding out you gotta go find a guy named Chuck, and Chuck is in the bathroom, and so that's gonna take time. It's pretty funny. Randy Quaid actually has to encourage him to say stop the presses. I like that. Let's see here where we are, and then Henry gets, so this actually, when they stop the presses or whatever's going on, it brings in Alicia back, who's Glenn Close. Alicia and him actually get into a fist fight over the whole deal. It's like, if you like the dark humor, it's kind of funny. You kind of see how it happens. They're both, you got to remember, about at the end of their rope here. The whole movie has been building and building to the pressure that this guy is under, the pressure that she is under, as her divorce is going through. Like I said, she has an affair with the guy. And I can understand it. She kind of feels bad for it later on in the movie. When she takes McDougal for a drink, she realizes she was wrong. She makes the phone call, and that's how she gets shot after McDougal and Sandusky kind of fight each other. And Sandusky's mad at McDougal because, if you remember the very first part of that article where I said that was a little bit more important than we think, that is actually about this guy Sandusky, who's Jason Alexander, double parking, and he's like an official parking meter. It kind of brings it all around. It's very funny. It's very dark humor. Glenn Close gets shot, but she still forces the issue to stop the presses. They all end up in the hospital. It's all a very kind of optimistic ending for a movie that is very, very not optimistic. It's very pessimistic, and I kind of enjoy it. The ending tagline is 24 hours can change your life. This movie definitely showed that. I mean, literally, you could take it from every angle of it. The kids, you literally are walking down the block after going to, I think, eat or a movie or whatever. They stumble across this crime scene. All of a sudden, this lady mistakes them for the bad guys in all of this. And it's not this lady's fault. The kids were holding a gun. Well, it's not like act like it's just racism or it's all of that. The kids happen to be holding a gun. There's 2 dead bodies in the car. So that's the mistake there. So their lives change immediately right there. His life changes immediately because his wife ends up having the baby. Glenn Close ends up getting shot. Robert Duvall finds out that his daughter loves him. It's a very optimistic movie for not loves him, but doesn't hate him, which is very good for him, being the way he treated her. It's very good, very good, very uplifting movie for how dark it was and how, like I said, pessimistic it was. I did enjoy this movie. Um, let's see here. I gave it dark comedy. I gave it an A overall, B minus. IMDb gave it a 6.7. If you look at all those scores, I bet you get it about right. Especially that overall B minus is 6.7. Think about it, probably 8 to 9 is gonna be your A plus movies. Your just top of the line movies. 7 to 8 will be your A's. 6, 7 will be your B's. B minus 6, 7. I mean, you're probably looking a little higher than 6s and 7s, but that's about right. Let's see here. And then the third scene that we're going to finally show here is going to spotlight Marissa Tomei.
Tell me.
Nothing, Henry. I'm sorry. I can't even get into the building. I mean, they're not talking to any reporters. I mean, the guy from the Sentinel, he's standing over there and he's crying. No shit.
Man, Carmen, you're killing me here. It's 20 after 8.
White line.
Hang on, Carmen. I'm not late yet.
No, the Sedona thing. I got something for you.
You did go to the Justice Department. Oh, Marty, this really ticks me off. What do you got?
I saw the investor list. I'm reading it. It's just your average bunch of Wall Street schmoes, trusts and stuff, names I don't recognize. I'm thinking this goes nowhere, and then all of a sudden, pow!
Pal? Hold on. Hang in there, Carmen. Yeah, so, pal?
Sedona Savings, single largest investor, who alone lost over $5 million. E&R Interstate Trucking. Nicholas D'Onofrio, proprietor.
What are you telling me? These banker schmucks lost $5 million of the mob's money?
Dumb fellas, huh? Unwise guys.
Oh, hon, you are so good. You are so good. Oh, I love you. I love you. This is great. Do you know how good you are at this? I mean, you drive me crazy when you're like this. Or what are you wearing?
Oh, baby.
As fear of racial tension mounts, New Yorkers got their first look at the suspects in the brutal Williamsburg.
So that scene, it shows you that even though she was pregnant, she still wanted to do some help where she could do it. She's a journalist at heart. And the overall feeling of this whole thing is at the end of the day, these two people are going to be connected, right? For whatever reason, she's just not feeling right. She's having, she's about to have a baby. It's all going to come about done. Howard Stern always mentions falling in love with these actresses or stuff like that during movies or when you're watching them. I think that it's not that falling in love, but there's a certain openness that people bring. And I think that Marissa Tomei brings that to everything she brings. I mean, if you just spotlight her career, we got My Cousin Vinny, Chaplin, Four Rooms, the Seinfeld appearance, Watcher in 2000, What Women Want. You got to think all these movies were around the same time. And then we get a later revival in her career with The Wrestler, Before You Ever Knows You're Dead, Lincoln Lawyer, the Spider-Mans now, which is kind of funny because Michael Keaton was in the Spider-Man too, so they both were early kind of Spider-Man movie here for both of them. Is it relatable today? I definitely would think this movie is relatable today. It's always one of those things that it's always a common kind of trope. Is the dad working too much? What's going on there? Can we take more break into our personal lives? It's always gonna be a common thing. This movie is directed by Ron Howard. It's not a big budget movie, which is what we usually get with him, and it really shows you the talent that he has, that he brings into this really grounded movie about a very specific thing, like a very specific day. All the anxiety brings everything up. This is definitely a really top of the line directed movie, top of the line acted movie. Michael Keaton, Marissa Tomei, Quaid. I mean, they're really, especially in the '90s. I mean, today those guys still act. Catherine O'Hara, you know what I mean? So the good long careers because these people know what they're doing. So for the rest of the week, we have It Follows coming up for tomorrow night for the horror night. It's one of my favorite horror movies. I definitely enjoyed going back and getting to watch that. We have The Challengers for streaming Sunday and Twisters or streaming Saturday, and we have Twisters for Monday morning review. Go ahead and go, like I said, like, subscribe, comment for future Throwback Thursdays, horror movies, streaming movies, whatever. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Have a good night. Have a good morning. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment your top movie picks for Throwback Thursday in the comments section. And see you next time in the cave.